What can you actually
100%.
show with Geek Lab? What can you reveal in your data?
It really comes down to this, and really quickly back to the point of like successful games. So we're still seeing successful games being launched, like since like this entire like, well, Apple did the industry over, right? Yeah,
Okay,
but since then we've seen like great games being launched. But what's common with those games is that they typically have a lot of money to spend on UA, which means that they can afford to fail multiple times in a row, which is a luxury that a lot of studios don't have, honestly.
No.
So what we've been like, and it really comes down to the fact that when you run a campaign, and this, believe me or not, this keeps me awake at nights. I can't believe this is still the truth.
Okay.
But like,
all right.
we have two creatives, and the only thing that's different between those creatives is like the other one had a freaking dragon that was red, and the other one was green, and then the other one was like performing like throughout, because we see the entire journey, right? Like we see the similar data that we used to have before Apple did all this stuff, when MMPs were able to track everything. So we built the framework so that we can get all those data points. So we can still see that, okay, with the green dragon, all of a sudden, like even with that tiny change, you know, the day 30 retention is like 3 times higher. And that's what keeps me awake at night, because I don't know like how can that be like such a big difference, but it is.
But you can track it. So you don't need to necessarily have to understand the psychographics of it, but you can show the impact of it, and that's what we want to know. Later on we'll figure out and we'll deconstruct why that is, and wash, rinse, repeat that. But first of all, we have to know that it is, right?
Yeah.
Especially now that everybody is doing lifecycle marketing, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. Right.
So how is that working with the publishers that you're talking to? Because you were, as I said, shortlisted Pocket Gamer Awards, big deal, big names that you're talking to as well, and some other, I think, some case studies that we don't need to talk about right now. But you know, there are names that exactly, but I know some of them, and you know, they're talking, they're seeing this. So what is it that they're saying to you, like why they're coming to you? There's a problem they want to solve. You having been a publisher, what are you solving that is their pain point?
I can summarize it very shortly, and you can add on probably better. But like it's as simple as this. A lot of developers and publishers aren't able to spend in Meta or TikTok, as an example, on iOS anymore. They simply can't. It's not profitable. They spend like 90% of their budgets on app loving. With us, when we can again show where the actual like ROAS is coming from, you can unlock all these channels, and that's kind of been the growing factor for them, and therefore for us as well.